Welcome to the Active Trader Setups Tutoring Reference Series, where we'll be reviewing charts and exactly tutoring you on how to set those charts up from scratch, what the indicators are on each chart template that's shown over on our Trader Members site under Products. So you go to tradermembers.com, click on the Products tab, and we have the page set up for our members, as well as it's open to the public if you want to learn more about our charts. We have each chart outlined, each template. We have a different section for the futures charts, and we're taking each chart one at a time and showing all the indicators that are on the chart, telling a little bit about what they tell you, showing you where the scanners are located to scan for the inflection points that are shown on these charts, as well as at the very end of each of these reference tutoring videos, we will have a step-by-step instruction of how to create this chart from scratch with a new chart, starting with the data series and then loading the template. That'll be in about the last 5 minutes of each of these videos. That'll be shown right above the chart template on the page, and this will be the name of the video on the YouTube site that's shown right below the chart template on the page. So it's Products page at tradermembers.com. That's open to the public as well. So you want to remember this if you're having to reconstruct a chart, or you want to place a chart into a workspace you already have open. You don't have that chart there and you need to build it because you want to start using it in your workspace that you've already got created. You'll go over, find this video, just fast forward over the last 5 minutes, and it'll show you how to create each chart from scratch. And be sure to watch on our YouTube channel. We got the Active Trader Setups Trading Setup Series that's coming out 3 and 4 times a week, where we're reviewing actual charts from the day, that's using the chart and the indicator setups that are on that chart to use practical application of the indicators on the charts, how you're going to read them and how you're going to react and trade to them. That's an ongoing series for our clients to learn from, as well as our guests to learn more about our trading package. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and be watching for that series multiple times a week. This video is brought to you by Active Trader Setups Trading Package, a day trader setups company. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel while you're here, and go over to daytradersetups.com. You can find out more about our package under our features area, our registration area, as well as our education and training. We have a YouTube channel page that has links to various videos as well. And then you can go over to our members site. It's called tradermembers.com. Go to the products page, and we have a full listing of reference materials for our traders to access, but this page is open to the public. It goes over each of the charts and what they have on them, the indicators, the indications, how to scan for those, and so forth. This is chart template name ADVBasic. It covers advanced decline lines. Usually keep this with 2 tabs. We only have 1 template for it. You load up the template, then you can modify the data series. It's set to a 10 factor. You can change it to 25 or anything else you want to. It really, that's all you need. And you just duplicate the tab. We'll show you how to do that when we create from the template or recreate a new chart. And it does show that it's STS modification allowed, yes. You can change it to a 25 factor. Set to a 10 on this particular chart. And it has the trend shift pivot zone. and it has the STS force on the bottom. Now, my outlook on advanced decliners and how to use this chart is you're looking at the daily trend. This is your shorter term trend in the 10 and the longer term trend on the 25 of what the advanced decline line is doing. A lot of people out here, friends sometime that I trade with, will say, oh, the advanced decliners are at such and such a number. The number don't matter. It's the shift in what's going on that can give us guidance, that you're watching a short setup and you're seeing the trend has been chopping around. That means we've had the advanced decliners are dropping down, less advancers than it was, back up to more, back down, and then finally it shifts, our trend shift into the negative area, and you'll get the sometimes little consolidation areas before it breaks up. Sometimes it's just an assertive down. And then on the bigger trend, the 25 is looking a little bigger trend is what's going on. So that's what I use it for, to see if I'm with the market. It's also a great tool, regular trading hours, when you're watching the futures and you're trying to decide if they're going up or down, and you look at your advanced decliners, and this is a quick glance to see if it looks like it's trying to roll over. Now it can come down just like this or this. Here it started up and quickly reversed, and this is the small chart, and it went down some more. But it does give you a little insight to that. And then our force indicator, sometimes when you got this turnover right here, pretty good rundown, but you can see slowly after it came off of green, it was very slow to get to red, and then you had this little bounce and it went back to red, and then vice versa. As it turned, it was slow to come back up. And then here you can see it never quite got to green and never quite got to red on this. It was slow, multiple dots prior to changing. But here you see that from the top it was green and immediately slammed to red on the bottom. That was a more assertive reversal in the market. That's what it's for. That's the key part right there, is paying attention to this. So this is the 10 and the 25 next to each other, or behind each other. And I want to show you one thing first. What does this mean? This is a gap down. This is the open. Big, huge sell. Well, it actually sold off. This still says 930. So right here was your gap down, all the way to here actually. And then it assertively turned and ripped up. It didn't rip very long now. This is not a lot of time period going on here. This is 937. I can look in the data box over here and get that time of where we were. So here was 930. Immediately started up off the bottom on advanced decliners. A lot of buying rushed in, but it only lasted for 2 or 3 minutes, and then you started gyrating. And then right about here you got some consolidation from 945 to 950 and 956. This is 10 o'clock, and now you start to grind your way up. So you can spread that back out, and you can see those times and what's going on. This is just like we teach on our projection charting. Sometimes you get that same pattern. It goes up, comes back, revisits, heads up, and then you're in a good uptrend. It don't break down. Here's a pretty solid sign. This is about 1020, 1015, and you get this nice run up in the market for about an hour. Your longs should work pretty well right then. And then we're going to shift over to the 25 just to show you how the chart looks different. This is the day we were looking at. Here's multiple days here. So you could go back and look at these and look at your futures charts or your stock charts and see what they were doing during this time. This particular day, we didn't get a lot of movement. Then this day we had a gap down. The market was down pre-market. And immediately what we were just looking at, we had to move up to about 945. This gives you a little clearer picture than the 10 was giving you. That's why we have the bigger one. You got the assertive move again. You can't really trade this, but this is at 940. This is exactly what we teach on our projection charting, expected patterns on charts. When you have a trend, you'll break, you'll pull back, revisit, and go. Sometimes it can break straight back down. That doesn't mean it's going to 100% hold, but it's a high probability setup. And you can apply that same thinking to this chart So we had the breakup here at 940. We gave the pullback at 955. So I'm looking in the box again at the time. We had the pullback at 950 right here, so that was at 940, 950, a 10-minute pullback in the advanced decliners, and then they turned back up. This is at 1010, and then here you are again up at 1110. After that, the market was pretty choppy the rest of the day. That don't mean you can't find certain stocks to make trades on throughout the day. I traded a lot of stocks during all this using inflection trading and my clouds. But this part was about anything you picked was going to be in your favor. And it gained this strength back on the force right here, and you had a very nice run up from 1020 to 1110. So just a different way of looking at the advanced decline lines and more of what's the trend rather than what's the value. The value don't mean anything to me. It's what's the trend in the market. And again, you can apply this to your futures trading as well. It's a great little tool. How to create this from scratch is pretty easy. Your data series on this one's at 25, the other one's at 10. Our template on the line is at 10. We'll move over. Look at the 10. They're set up the same way. You got an STS algo plot set to 10 factor input, 600 bars on both these charts, regular trading hours, and no break at end of day. Now, when you load the STS, you have to choose this chart type. And we have it on auto scale. And we have both of them set the same way. So you can create either one and then create one from the other. If you're starting from scratch and you want to add this to a workspace you already have. The way you're going to do that is go in a new chart. And we're going to select our series. Now we got to go find this symbol. You will find that under indexes. These are multiple things that you can do this on through NinjaTrader, but this is the ADV, the advanced, and you can look up what all these mean. Some of them are volume, tick, adjusted, S&P 500 you can make charts from, but this is the advanced decline line, and we just select that symbol, set it to the STS Algo. It defaults to the chart style STS Algo. That's what you want. And we had this set to bars. We had it on 600 bars. We had it on regular trading hours. And we did not have the break. And go ahead and change this to do not plot. We got this on, we did it on 25. We hit OK. Now, we have our new chart. This is what a chart looks like before you load a template when you have nothing but the STS Algo on it. Now we're going to go to load. And we're going to go find our ADV template, ADVBasic. That's the name of our template. I'll load that, and there's your chart. Now, if you want to duplicate this for the 10, right click. You can put, if you want them side by side in two different windows so you can see them both at one time, then you would right click this and say new window, and it would pop you out another window and you'd modify that chart. In this case, I'm going to keep them in the same tab or same window. I don't want to take up extra space, so I'm going to duplicate it in a new tab. So now I've got two charts side by side. I'm going to go back to the left. I like the smaller ones personally to the left. And then I'm going to go into data series and change this to 10. I don't have to change anything else. And now I've created the smaller trend versus the bigger trend. I got them side by side. I move back and forth. Thanks for watching our video, and continue to study on our website and check out ActiveTraderSetups.com. This video is brought to you by Active Trader Setups Tutoring Reference Series, where we're dissecting
the components of each chart and all the indicators that are shown on the charts and how to read them and what they're intended to inform you about. Be sure to watch the complete series on any other chart templates you need information on, and as well as be sure to tune in to our trading and training series, where we'll be looking at real-time setups on the charts as they progress through the day, and you start to learn to recognize how you're applying all these indicators to your trading. We're taking the charts and the indicators and learning how they apply to real-time trading and reading the charts. That's the trading and training series. We're putting that out 2 to 3 times a week during the week, and then also on the weekends we're going to have a weekend chart talk video that goes into many more charts that showed up throughout the week, and mainly concentrating on the cloud setups and the ATS inflection charts. Thanks again for watching our video. Learn more about our trading package at ActiveTraderSetups.com.